Welcome, guys. Welcome to Chat with China. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Welcome, guys. It's been a minute since I came on and did a video, but I thought today would be the perfect day for me to come through and do a quick video and basically just discuss, talk to my peoples and see what's going on with you guys and talk to y'all about something that's been going on in the media. A couple of things that's been happening in the media since the last time I came to you guys. And I would have been posted a video, but actually a lot of the things that were transpired in the media really kind of had me down, guys. It's a lot that's really been happening, and I had to just sit back and reflect. And I guess because I'm just a real genuine type of person when it comes to other people in real life situations that transpire, rather than this just being something to talk about on my platform or talk about on social media. It really hits home. Nobody's perfect, nobody's better than the next. So a lot of times when things happen in the media, I'm human. If it's something that really hits close to home or really touches me, sometimes it can kind of make me have a little bit. I can't say I'll be a little depressed about it because it's just unfortunate. The things that has been transpiring here lately is very heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. And so, guys, yeah, I would have been came on and posted a video, but at the time, like, I was just still, going through the motions with just how I felt about the things that has been transpiring. And so I wanted to sit back and also allow myself more time to let things unfold, for me to get more details. So I didn't just want to bring you guys the content and then something else. I kind of wanted to sit back and make sure that I had my facts straight, if that makes sense. But yeah, welcome. All of you that have been supporting the channel, all of you that have been following me, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, please go follow. Please like this video. And guys, let's get into the topic. Okay, guys, so let's get into the topic. The first topic I want to talk about that has transpired lately was the guy that unalived is it like 8 kids in Louisiana. That story just really touched me, because kids, we talking innocent kids that got really just they were innocent babies and they got caught up in the middle of the situation, which was so unfair. My eyes are kind of like watering now. So yeah, that's like a real. It was very shocking. How could a father, how could a parent, period, do something as gruesome as that to their own flesh and blood? As you see now, like me just trying to talk to you guys in regards to the matter, like I'm deeply affected by that. I just was not, we experiencing some crazy things in these times that we're living in. But I just never would have thought in a million years that something like that would happen or could happen, As I'm still like now at a loss for words. As I am getting into, how I feel about in the details that have came out thus far. Let me say this. One of the details that seems to came out with this story, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. I still to this point have not been able to make out the facts. Let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. Everything that I say in my video is alleged. Let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I do not know any of these individuals personally. I do not know for a fact anything. My channel's for entertainment purposes only. I'm only telling you guys what I have heard, word on the streets, or my, how I feel about it, my personal opinion. But nothing that I say is just all factual. Some is facts, some is not, because I don't know. I don't know everything. So let me go ahead and put that out there. So, yes, guys, details that have came out with this situation was that there were two women that had supposedly got pew-pewed in the situation. And from my understanding, these two women are sisters. And the mother to the children. So I'm like, am I hearing this right? That two sisters have kids with this man. One was married to the man. Then let's get into this man. When you look at him, in my personal opinion, he looks deranged. He looks unreal, and he has this demonic look about him, in my opinion. I don't see how someone could just lay down and have kids with this man, or they couldn't read. Like, if I would have just looked at him and read his energy, I would say, what in the world? He just seemed like he had dark energy. Very dark energy. Another thing, what is his nationality? Like, he does not. I was also trying to figure out, I know that he's African American or whatever, but I'm just like, he kind of looks like he can be from foreign, African, some other, tribal something. Just by his facial features. So then it had me also wondering with this situation, different people that have a cultural thing, that have different beliefs, or when it comes to religion, could this be something like that? Guys, regardless of the fact, this man was a demon. And he did the worst possible thing that he could do to those innocent babies. And me personally, like I said, ever since I can just imagine those poor kids in their last moments. Because, you look at your mom and dad, like me, I've always been a daddy's girl. My father's no longer with me, but my daddy was my savior. That was my person to run to. That was my person. That was my protector. That was the person that dusted me up. If I should fall, my daddy's going to pick me up and do what's necessary. He always boosted my confidence. And just being a girl, that just meant so much to me. It meant so much to me. To know that I had a daddy that loved me, protected me. There was nothing that I couldn't call him about that he wouldn't be like, okay, let daddy step in. Let me see what I can. I'm going to do what's necessary to make this situation okay for you. So that's the kind of father that I've had. I don't know. I've never had a father to put me in this type of predicament that this man put his kids in. And it's very hurtful. It's very sad. We as people, we as a country, we have to do better than this. I don't like everything to come up with people saying mental health. Some people just do things because they want to do it. And some people do have, indeed have mental issues. But I couldn't fathom. We all go through things, You just, as a parent, nothing should ever make you not put your children first. And I just can't believe that this was really what I was reading in the headline. Guys, what do you think? What are you guys' opinion? Comment and tell me, guys, what do you think? How did you feel? When that story broke, how did it make you feel? Guys, moving on, I do want to bring up another situation that has been in the media, and that's the Ashlee Janae, um her unaliving in Tanzania. Guys, when I heard this story, it my head's itching a little bit. When I heard this story, it was heart wrenching. I still been waiting for everybody's kind of done a video on this. I've kind of been waiting for more details to come out of what autopsy and things of that nature. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that Ashlee Janae was like a social media influencer. From my understanding, she's from Jersey. She actually worked as in clubs and stuff. It's like a bottle girl, or adult entertainer. I've heard that she's been linked to like a video vixen, been in videos with Drake. She's been linked to Kevin Gates. She's also been linked to Joe Budden. I've seen in the media Joe Budden say that he knew her pretty well, and him and her were great friends. He actually had the actually met with the fiance Joe McCann. So they're saying she was, the story was that she took herself out. We're just gonna say that. In Tanzania. And guys, I just really don't see anyone taking themselves out. I mean, this girl went to Tanzania for a birthday trip. She's doing all of these things, doing content. I can say, in my opinion, with the Ashlee Janae situation, I don't really think her in, because of this man looked very demonic in his videos and pictures and things with her. The way that he looked at her, he was married before, and when you go back and look at his pictures with his ex-wife, and some people are saying that him and her are still married. I don't know how true that is, but when stories like this break, there's just so many different stories that come out. That's why, once again, I'm giving that disclaimer that everything that I say is alleged, because I don't know. But if you go back and look at pictures with him and the ex-wife, he's all smiles. He's more relaxed. He's more into it. Everything that he seemed to do with Ashlee Janae, he just had this demonic look on his face. It wasn't a pleasant look. It was just something there. If I would have seen this man on a regular day, I would have ran the other way. Both of these men and both of incidents, if I would have encountered either one of these guys on just a regular day, I would have been like, peace, because I read energy. And both of these guys, just to me, before I even know any details about them, just was a red flag, just off of appearance, looking in their eyes. When you go back and look at, like I said, for Joe McCann, when you go back and look at other video footage or pictures of him with his ex, it seems like they were more, they had more chemistry or something. Him and Ashlee Janae, to me, they didn't really seem to have chemistry. In my opinion, with this him and Ashlee Janae situation, I also want to say this. They say that, she was left alone in the room. Him and her had got into an argument after he proposed. And this is another question that I have with the mother. The parents, to me, in this situation, her parents are too relaxed and too nonchalant for me. Like, I've never seen her parents really share any tears or emotions. if that had been somebody close to me, or, one of my family members, nevertheless, kids or something like that, guys, I wouldn't even be able to speak. I would be just like earlier, when I did the first story with the children. I would have been so hurt and so just out of it. There was no way I could do an interview. There would be no way that I could speak, because I take my title, and my roles in life when it comes to those that I love the most very deeply. And, I would have been destroyed. So, like, her parents, for me, in my personal opinion, something doesn't quite seem right. There seems to be a disconnect there. Like I said, Joe Budden spoke out about Ashlee. He said a lot of different things in regards to her, as if he, held her in high regard. But then the thing, even, with bringing her body back, if Joe McCann wasn't man enough and would not send the body back home, and you think he would, that's another thing to me that makes it seem like he's guilty. Because if you did nothing to her, why would you not? You should be hurt as a fiance if you was not the person that did this to her, and most definitely wanted to make sure that she was sent home first class as the queen that she was, and should have been to you, and that her parents, being that this happened, that you made sure that they didn't have that worry of how they was gonna get her body back home. Also, when it comes to Joe Budden, if you are a true friend the way that you say that you are, why none of the men in the industry and other people that she was attached to, why would they not, especially when that type of money is only a drop in the bucket for them, why would they not send her home? Why would they not send her body home, or assist her family with getting her body home, to the point that they have to put up a GoFundMe? So, guys, tell me what you guys think. Those are certain things that have stood out to me. Another thing, the details on her supposed to had like I said, hung herself, or taken herself out, per se. My thing is with that, the pictures doesn't line up, because, like I said, who goes that far away to leave this world, in a way that she did? She had something to look forward to. That's another reason why. That's why I said I feel like the situation with her and Joe, I feel like they were business partners. It was more so she was trying to get her social media out there, because trying to get your social media up and going, especially to generate money and things of that nature. That's just like me, guys. Like, I'm a small bucan. I just got into this, and it means so much to me for the few of you that have came through and actually follow me, from the heart. I greatly appreciate it. Like, this is something that I would never just in real life do, because I tend to be a more private person. I'm a people's person, but I don't really mingle with everybody. And this is something that somebody told me. It's like, China, I feel like this is something you'd be really good at. You should take put yourself out there. So it took guts for me to really do this. But for the few of you that have came through, that have followed me just in this small time since I've been making videos or whatever, and not been as consistent as I should, I promise to try to do better. From the heart, it is greatly appreciated. Like I said, if you're somebody new that has encountered my channel in some way, then hey, please follow, please subscribe, please support. And I thank you guys so much. But anyway, guys, back to the story. Yes, see, I'm a small timer, but for someone of her stature, because she had a following, also because she actually, like I said, from them saying that she was like a adult entertainer or a bottle girl, worked in certain clubs, kind of like promoting parties or hosting parties and things of that nature. By being, affiliated with people in the industry that gave her a opportunity, to be in their videos and things of that nature, then that kind of helped her have a decent following. I feel like and I just feel like that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to put this persona out there. And I hate, I don't want to say hate. Hate is a strong word. I dislike when people, I mean, I get it. It pays the bills, and people are able to generate a nice income. But I like more when I watch people or people on social media, I don't idolize anybody's life, anybody's relationship, because I know a lot of what you see is smokes and mirrors. It's not actually what's really going on behind the scenes. That's why we have to be careful of who we idolize in certain situations. Guys, I know you guys can probably hear the ice cream truck outside my house. Yes, it's an ice cream truck outside. So if you guys hearing like this music playing, I am so sorry, but that is what that is. But back to what I was saying. Yes, guys, it's a lot of people, go on social media and try to bring home a great income, especially if they have the means to, get the followers and have the support and things of that nature. It could be an amazing thing, but nobody should be at home depressed by, oh, so and so's living this life, or they have this perfect life, a perfect relationship, a perfect marriage, and this, because everything is not always as it appears. Like I, come through. A lot of things are for entertainment purposes only, and so, to any of my followers, anything you see on social media, sweetheart, don't get yourself down by anything that you see or idolizing anyone, because you don't really know what's going on with that situation. The Ashlee Janae situation is very unfortunate. I personally feel like, in one way, that the fiance did this. Okay, it has come out that he was entertaining multiple women over there, and that he's familiar over there. Like, that wasn't his first time over there. So then it makes you wonder a lot of other different things. As you know, with these foreign countries, and their governments, they're easily to be corrupted, corrupt. And I really personally don't really hold out hope for the truth in this situation. I wish for the truth for her family's sake and for her sake. But I feel like this story reminds me of a lot of other stories, like the Shanquilla Robinson story or Natalie Holloway, to name a few. Who else? There's other cases that have happened overseas. Every time when something seems like it happens overseas, there's 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 no charges pending. The case goes cold. Nothing is ever resolved. It just, to me, because you can't really trust the investigation. You really can't trust the government. My heart goes out to this young lady's family, because once again, I love, trying to teach other people, even friends or anything, when they're going other places. I'm very like, because I think a lot of times about going overseas, I'm like, oh, I think about Liam Neeson taking. And I know that's funny and weird, but you just really can't say. When you go overseas, you need to be going with someone that you most definitely you can trust. Um, with this situation with Ashlee and Joe McCann, my personal opinion is, and I'm just gonna say it, guys, I kind of feel like with him in being into the crypto world and things of that nature, and had recently took a loss, I feel like there's something out there that she found out about him, or maybe it could have been something that she maybe threatened to tell, and that something that could damage him or damage his business for it to go this far if he did it. Also, like I said, I can see a situation with someone over there that maybe knew they were arguing, and or some people, with him taking that kind of loss, he's lost other people's money. How do you not know that if he was targeted, he and she was targeted? and somebody's trying to get some get back. It gives a lot of different little situations. But the way that he's handling this thing makes it point to him, in my opinion, because like I said, if you had nothing to do with it, it could have been somebody else that did it. But why would you not send your fiance? This lady is supposed to be your wife to be. Why would you not want to send? Why would you not want to cooperate? Why would you not want to send her body home to the family? Like, just the little things like that, without even knowing anything else, makes you look suspicious. You know, there's just so many other moving parts to this story that's coming out about him and Ashlee's relationship. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to judge this young lady, but her situation, her passing is another one, because I'm a black woman and she was very beautiful. Her passing was an unsettling feeling as well. Guys, what do you think? What do you guys think that happened? You know, nobody really knows because we wasn't there. We can only say what, what we're hearing and what's coming out. But guys, these two stories have been one that I have kind of held to even come on and actually do a video to, actually bring this to you guys, because I had to get my mental right, guys. I had to get my mental a little, because it was just very, when kids are passing away and beautiful, young ladies are passing away, it just touches me, because I'm a person, like I said, I put myself in other people's shoes. And especially the story, with the young kids. These kids lost their life before it even started. And it's just so hurtful and so unsettling to hear the gruesome of this father even chase some of these children down while they were trying to get away. Like, it's almost like The Purge or something. Sorry for being a little teary-eyed, guys, but it is. It's, if you're human, I'm pretty sure this story's touched you too. Guys, I'm gonna come through and do some more videos tonight. I appreciate you guys for following. Please subscribe, please share, and until next time, peace.